Hello, good evening. Thank you so much, all of you, for tuning in. This is Eira Kalia Bunyoro in the diaspora, the voice of Bunyoro from the diaspora. It is Caroline Ajuna Kibuka Atenyi, the host of this amazing show. And just a reminder that Eira Kalia Bunyoro, the voice of Bunyoro in the diaspora, is supported by BKDA and Rise Up Community Inclusion. And I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. And I just also want to say that this today, the Eira Kalia Bunyoro in the diaspora will be into two languages, that is English and Runyoro. And of course, Runyoro being the language spoken by the people who come from Bunyoro. And Bunyoro is found in the western part of Uganda, the country that is full of life, the Pearl of Africa. That's where Bunyoro is. And as usual, before I invite all my guests today, I would like you to allow me to play, me and my team to play for you the amazing song from the land of Bunyoro. And of course, I just to remind you that this song is just played for purposes of entertainment, and all the rights are reserved to the singer or the composer. Nahabweki Abanyoro na Abanyoro Katian, friends of Bunyoro, enjoy this song that is coming, and I will be back immediately after it. Mutyo muno munyumirwe akazina.
Uganda Angalyaitu Mukanwa kasina Tukuzina hali Bunyoro Blesseneli Jonte Kafa Little Ivante Tulibasini ba Bunyoro Bunyoro Kitara Tukugonzani naite Itwabana Deyanga Abakutamwe kitinisa Lero turakoraki Tukugise mukama Eke Angalyaitu Bunyoro Bunyoro Tukugonza muno Bunyoro Kaniwe mutima gwa Uganda Bunyoro Tukugonza muno Bunyoro Ebirungi byonna bisangibwa Bunyoro Tukugonza muno Bunyoro Kaniwe mutima gwa Uganda Tukugonza muno Bunyoro Ebirungi byonna bisangibwa Bunyoro Batwire kamba kambire ebyensi tebitwina ebitubaire tutamanyire baitu byotu bibyamire Bunyoro twine by'obugaiga byakabaleka kabamanyire wakana bajungu kwijjo omunoka mu Uganda Bunyoro tukwasireke okubanza ettaka litwina ettaka lirungi muno ettaka likweza ebyokulya tikikabaga kizibu Bunyoro yaitu we balitukuza ekibira kya budongo kituwe embaawo zamani kituweereza enjira ekwano netumala ennyanja mwitanzige etuweereza enkinonge mundeke nsimire Bunyoro Little Ivan Tove ennawo karumorole amazzi mkuba kwetawula ogende akikonko kya bukyawa makizoni folusi National Park esiba abajungu bajja okulambula Bunyoro Tukugonza muno Bunyoro Kaniwe mutima gwa Uganda Tukugonza muno Bunyoro Ebirungi byonna bisangibwa Bunyoro amanyibwa kuruka kabalinga yafiire Bunyoro mazima kotwayibwa baitu ati oil city efokere oil city buli muntu wena goza ploti mu oil city
Ekore lya Kinara, bituruka sukali. Buli muntu nanja, anyuma nanulira. Bunyoro,
tukugonza muno Bunyoro
All City.
kaniwe mutima gwa Uganda
Bunyoro,
tukugonza muno Bunyoro
our motherland.
ebirungi byonna bisangibwa Bunyoro
Bunyoro,
tukugonza muno Bunyoro
All City.
kaniwe mutima gwa Uganda
Bunyoro.
tukugonza muno
So that is akazina kaitwa ka Bunyoro Bunyoro tukugonza muno esitwe ihanga lyaitu Bunyoro nyingira nyona kabasemiizo kabanyumire. Of course, it's talking about the greatness we have in our land, Kinyara, Action Falls, and all the rest that you have seen in that song. That is the great kingdom that we live in, us, the people from Bunyoro. Na habwekyo na kazinako abanyoro na banyoro kati and friends of Bunyoro who have tuned in tonight. I am very honored to be hosting very, very special guests. Today is a duo. And I just want to ask my team, my technical boss, manager, to put them online. Those who are abroad in the US, to come online. And of course, I'm honored to be chairing or hosting my own chairperson of BKD, Bunyoro Kitara Development Association, here in the studio. And we're happy to have her here. This is her first time, and I'm so sure she will share her experience with the rest of the members when she goes back. Now, Wekyo, without wasting a lot of time, I just want to remind our viewers and listeners that today our topic is the first Bunyoro Kitara conversion, and you're very proud of it, as the Bunyoro. Is going to be the first of its kind, and so we thought it was a very good thing for us to host these amazing leaders of Bunyoro in the diaspora to come and share with us the vision they had when they decided to start this or to have such a big event happen in the US. So without wasting a lot of time, I just want to ask those first on air. And I would want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to host you here, Hairaka Lyabunyoro in the diaspora, Atenyi na Akiki. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation, and we are very privileged to be speaking to you today about the conversion. So I would like to start with the president of the Bunyoro Kitara US and ask her to introduce herself. And thereafter, I will go to the vice president of the same organization, and I will end with my own boss here in the studio. Otyo muno President waitu wa Bunyoro Kitara US, tugambireho bike about yourself. Tell our viewers who you are, your clan, where you're from, anything you want to tell us today, so then we can connect with them. Otyo muno Atenyi.
Atenyi mwebale muno tutangira n'omutima mulungi muno. We are definitely extremely grateful and very, very excited to share some of the things that we are working on, and looking forward to meet everybody, as you know, whoever can make it. Atinja kutanekano kubagambira amabara gange ndi Florence by Tobusa Atenyi ndi nzarwa ya Bunyoro Senyoni nyowe John by Tobusa na mama wangu we Joniva Beatrice by Tobusa Rujumba ndi mugabo kati. Kampala for my secondary years and so forth. My career, I'm an education major and also school leadership. So education is a big thing to me. And as I'm in leadership now, leading schools here in the US is something I'd really love to share. So that is my big career that has been my childhood since Narugire Makerere, Nigeria, America, Nigeria, UK. Actually, I'm part of you people. You're my sister and brothers there, because I lived there for a little while. Then in Nigeria and US, we have been almost 30 years. So it's been quite a journey and an exciting journey. So I think I've any more questions you can ask me later, but so far nibyo ebyo nkubagambira ebikunkwataho.
Thank you so much, Atenyi, President White wa US International, US Bunyoro Kitara US. Na kuba no tugambira who you are. It was a very beautiful and brief self-introduction. I'm grateful for that. And then I will ask the Vice President of the same organization to be able to, I know many people may know you here already. We have hosted you so many times. But please go on and also introduce yourself. Nituija ku bantu baza olunyoro n'olujungu mufiringe free, tutabaza olunyoro lwonka kandi bakatugamba kandi abanyoro kiki kana babaza olujungu lwonka olunyoro bakaruwebo bakagenzere mu Sahel na habweki olano enda kwebazaho mu lunyoro otyo munati akiki.
Ega barungi muri muta isemerirwe okuba naka rutimbe runo rwa voice show media hosting Voice of Bunyoro amabara kugonza mpaka kiki ndi nzaro ya Kagadi Mabale nkasomera nanka I graduated with a bachelor's Munanka statistics. Makerere University. I'm doing my master's in computer science at Georgia Tech. Ngoza muno obuhereza kandi emirimu yange kira eri mu information technology. I maintain most of the website of our association. I try to help out where I can in most cases. So yeah, so insemerwe muno kuba nanywe ibihabuzo byona imukugonza mubihabuze njya kubigarukamo tumwebale.
So Omkura Kiki, thank you so much for that beautiful and brief introduction as well. And we're very grateful to have you again here at the Irakari Abunyoro in the diaspora. And we're really grateful for all the work that you do for the kingdom and us here in the UK. You support us a lot with our website, as you've said. That is your expertise. So we always come to you and you help us. We're very grateful for your support. Hati, without another, I want to say thank you so much for all. And now I'm here turning to my own boss, Omukuru Avoli. Nkwenda webaho nayi wakatikeeko kwebazaho abantu bakwetegereze webali muno kwijja ha studio yaitu Kirokinu kandi nitukusaba obe obugambo bwo kwebazaho nayiwe nibo tutandike olubazo lwaitu lwa Kirokinu.
Hello everyone, nsemirire muno kuba hano mwebale mune emirimo mwebale kunyeta kuba hano nainywe. Amabala gange ni nyowe Maureen Alinda Aboli, and my marriage name is Gandonu, because I don't normally sometimes say it, but people have problems pronouncing, but yeah, Gandonu, that's my husband's name. Mba Munyoro nzalwa Hoima. Abanyina nyowe baruga Kitoba bafuma Mbogo. Ise nyowe baba bakuonga mba mkuonga kati.
Wow.
Ni nyowe chairperson wa Bunyoro Kitara Development Association UK. Kandi ndi hano na Caroline. I know she's the presenter, but she's my treasurer, and I've got also my vice in the room. I know tugenda kubaza habintu bingi kyonka nsemirire muno kurwa ninkolagana n'aba BKDA US muno ntubaza ha convention egenda kubaho omwaka guno kandi ntutekaniza mwebale muno kandi tujja kuyongera kubaza habindi ntugenda mumaiso na program. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction as well. At Avoli waitu umukuru waitu hanu webali mune mirimo yone yotukora han had a BKDA han of tubantukora, and we are really privileged to be led by you here. Na habwekyo hati abantu mubetegereize inywe nabali abatuningire ini mwetegereize who the guests we are having tonight, who they are and what they do and wherever they live. Hati ni kwenda straight away to go into our discussion. Nkombagambire, our topic today is the first Bunyoro Kitara convention, and it's going to be happening this year. And we did think that it is important for people to hear the people who have who started the idea and what they were all about. And we chose these amazing people, ladies and gentlemen, because they are our leaders here in the diaspora. Hati kaguzo kange kingenda kubanza nakyo nikenda kugenda halo mukuru president wa Bunyoro Kitara US, ninkusaba ho tuheho background ya Bunyoro Kitara US so that abantu byasobole kumanya what it is all about, and then we will proceed with other discussion. Otyo munatenyi.
Webale mano kunyikiriza kubaza atenyi. Hati ekigambo kya Bunyoro kutandika hano Bunyoro Kitara North America Association. Tukatuliva kyala Banyoro basatu. Nitulanganaga muno, nitulia hamu, Christmas, New Year's. Tukabesha Banyoro balinka. We need our own people na itwa Banyoro kaitwe, nuko tuitranege, tuve hamu, nitumanyangu tulimu munumu in the diaspora, especially DMV, Maryland, DC, Virginia. So to organizing, that was at my house, to organizing abantu, about 62 people turned up. Abanyoro. Twagamba tunakutanika ekitebe kyetu kya Bunyoro to support each other. We created our vision, to creating a committees, education, abantu bazire hanu, who will help them in education, who help with health, who help with housing. So it's really taking care of our own people in the foreign land. To have people ekirungo kirabayo tuije tusemererwe hamu, ekibo kirabayo tukoleki tukwirukirire. So this was actually 2004 when we started this. So it continued and we launched. Nkujukano mzee Mirima Yaija, he was the main speaker when we launched the first one. And it was really big. Abantu bakabali excited baingi baija twalia twanywa, and we've continued to be there for each other if there is a need. So really the history is brief in the sense when it started and how it started, but again it has continued to grow. Hatino Mnyoro, when he moved here, we had a great chief publicist, Mwami Julius. Julius Asime was a very good chief publicist. He's moved to Canada now. He played a very big role into mobilizing abantu. Nukot Koleki, tugenda maiso, and by then we had the vice chair, Richard Kiomhendo, and of course many others, Warrior Kidi, Nyakojo, many others were there really very much involved. And one of the strong women who were there, Trudy Kalisa Ufono, played a big role. Jacinta Kiza, those were, I could give many names, So that's how Bunyoro Kitara started, Bunyoro Kitara North America. Dr. Rumbeha, they did the bylaws, and another gentleman in Canada. So we had our bylaws, we had our vision, and they created by then the website. But the whole thing is to reach out for each other. Child, you hear, but we seem to be disappearing somewhere. And that's one thing we want to say. I'm very proud of you guys. And we are powerful people, but we have to have a voice, and we are very pleasing to have a voice to see Mamun. But that is briefly how Bunyoro Kitara North America started.
So those great Banyoro who started Bunyoro Kitara US, and I'm sure our people who are listening now, you've counted the years. I might not be very good at math, but I think it has been in existence for over 17 years now, and I'm very grateful Mkuru Boss Waitu saying Boss White Abokuba, I believe I'm part of Bunyoro Kitara US because I'm hosting you here, so I'm going to become a registered member soon. So you're going to be my president. Someone here was telling me, make sure you speak American. I'm going to be. So So I'm very privileged, and thank you so much for that beautiful background of how Bunyoro Kitara US started, and it's been in existence, if I'm not wrong, for over 17 years. So, which is great, and thank you for the hard work. kandi kanihire n'abantu bandi bona babaye batagimanyire hati bagyetegereize and they will come on board. Hati nkwenda omukuru vice president wa this association atenye yakuruga kutugambiraho atugambireho about another association or organization itwe hantu zeta association mwija correcting if I'm using the wrong terminology kionke yaitu get association, so I'm believing it is the same thing in the US. Hati we know there is Bunyoro Kitara US president yabalizo atenyi aroho Bunyoro Kitara International. So I want to hand over the voice or the omuzindaro nkubutuwa kugamba hali chair vice president otugambiro the background of this international Bunyoro Kitara US International otiobuno akiki.
Yes, so Bunyoro Kitara International is basically eriyo okureta abanyoro bona n'abanyoni baitu abali mu mahanga tweteranize tumanyengane tube hamu because twina association zaitu nka USA tubalize nka UK maybe n'aba Asia baine yabe aba Middle East, so okureta abanyoro abo bona abali mu different associations akeba kirungi tumanyengane because in our small associations we have different objectives. And association yenkooto nayo eba in objectives yokureta abantu bona abali mu different parts of the world abanyo bona n'abanyoni baitu kuba hamu tweteranize kandi kindi is association negonza the international one apart from bringing all of us abanyo abali mu mahanga hamu ikindi tugoza kora to create opportunities is abantu abali mahanga na abali muka, in terms of education, in terms of trade, in terms of opportunities. Nicho kora nti the Bunyoro Kitara International Convention even if you've been to the theme of our convention chokora the trade, culture and tourism. So trade is to liaise with Omoka thoroughly how we can develop Omoka, in terms of because you find other like I've seen most Kenyans they have their different states and they market their states and they bring investments in their states. And they do it and the Bakora Center and they develop their areas. So Senator Banyoro twin Korahamu thoroughly until we attract investment in Bunyoro Kitara and the result of a Kutunga Center is you're able to take care of yourself and have a good life. Yeah.
Aka introduction aka about Bunyoro Kitara International. Kiongea kinyeberege kukaguza inywe na atenyi na kiki. How do people become members? Is there any portfolio or something that you follow? Waro membership? There is a certain type of people you want, or do every Munyoro qualify to be in these associations?
Atakika kukagaruke.
Yeah.
Repeat the question.
Mexico, Canada, and USA, international membership tukabera kubibazaho, but mainly it is mainly using the different people who are in the associations to come up with ideas of how to come together. So the convention is the first of its kind. It's now in the US. Maybe in 2 years' time, it will be in Europe, where necessarily maybe another 2 years it might be in maybe the Middle East. So it's basically to bring all the Banyoro wherever they are to share ideas about trade, investment, mobilize finances, and so there's nothing like membership. It's about bring us all together and we see how we can develop ourselves.
Okay, thank you so much. I just wanted to know about the different ways of joining the associations. We haven't yet gotten to the convention, but I'm sure we will talk about it as we go along. So I want to hand over to our chair here in the studio, a chairperson wa Bunyoro Kitara Development Association Aboli. Naiwe tugambira a little bit of background. Abakatu inobire buke. Make sure please you summarize the background of Bunyoro Kitara Development Association, and then we go straight to the convention.
Okay, bale mnatenyi. Hati ito hano BKDA UK, it has been running for 31 years.
Wow.
And it started in 1991. And I would say most of the people who started it are now on our advisory board, because of course there's been changes, like every other 3 years they elect a new team. But the people who started, they did a very good job, because during that time of 1991, if you remember, I don't know if you were here, but there was a problem of HIV and AIDS, and there were so many people who were sick. Then people were isolated, people were lonely, people didn't know how to access services, housing, could be medical, and abandi, remember, like they didn't have like their paper ready, so nibatina no gendo maruaro. But there were some few people, I would say, like for example, Daisy Biarahanga, she did a good job. They would really bring together the community. We've got so many people, like different, I would say different generations of people who have been on the committee. They brought us together. By then I was a student. I had just joined Greenwich University when I'd just come. By bakolaga get together in somebody's house, then we'll all go there. Then they started teaching us, because kulolera angana look up for each other. And then also when people passed away, it was very costly. We didn't know what to do, either to bury people here or take them back home. So all those are the things which we managed to learn, like housing, social care, and then of course people, they were taught especially how to look after themselves when they are not well, and maybe even where to go to seek for information. So we've come a long way, but I have to say we've come together, and up to now, even like for now, when it was COVID time, as you are aware, and you were the one spearheading the COVID the COVID fund, how we supported the COVID fund, it was like a similar thing, which was so good. And also when people are sick and they need support, somebody to go and visit them. And people, when they pass away, you know how we've had a couple of people sadly passing away, and we've managed to mobilize and take people back home. Quite a lot we are doing here to educate, and then also people learning the renewal language, the children, and community really togetherness, which has really been very important.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you so much, Madam Chair, for sharing the background of Bunyoro Kitara Development Association. And we are all, as we have all heard, it has been in existence for over 30 years. And I was told this morning when you came in that there are some Bunyoro kids who are as old as this association, which we have to say we are really proud of the founders and co-founders of this organization that brings us together, Itu Abanyoro Abalomu UK. Hati, as we all know that today our topic is the very first convention of Bunyoro Kitara Development. Yes, and I'm sure people are waiting to hear what is the convention, why are we here today? And I want to ask, I don't know who I should ask, whether the vice or the president, what is all about this convention? What is it, Bunyoro Kitara Convention? Why should people come for it? So the background of it, if you can tell us the objectives, why you guys came up with a vision, that will be great, and it will be our starting point.
Let's play the video faster.
Abakenya wamutawara abakuli mulikaha Bunyoro Kitara Convention. Bunyoro Kitara Convention.
Eko mwana ini kwa muramo Bunyoro Kitara International ne kwiki yao first ever Bunyoro Kitara Convention abamu abali abaza abachwe jenga disi ni nyona mulikaha
ya mabarakangi kasaita kuboza.
Your first fight wa attend.
My name is Brenda Johnson. My name is Brenda Barazzi.
byonna nitubeeta
okusookana abanyoro etwena hano mu Washington area.
We are excited to inform you that having the Bunyoro Guitarra Convention,
I would like to invite you to come and join us.
We have oil and gas, we shall be celebrating tourism, we shall be celebrating trade.
Tunakuru kuja kuwa mu Marriott Hotel.
it will take place at the Marriott Hotel.
The first international Bunyoro event with the
Thank you and be with us.
bino byona biriyo ebirabyo bibanzanga kabisatu okwezi kwa musanju omwaka 2022.
otasoma kumanya bino Bunyoro, ebyobusuubuzi, ebyobuhangwa, ebyamafuta n'ebingi bingi muno. Abazaire muleeta abaana bamanye ebyobuhanga bwabwe n'ebikufa mu Bunyoro. Tafeerwa n'abazini baingi muno okuruka mu Bunyoro. Ekikyamunye engoma kayikata.
Okay, so sorry for the change of the program. That is the Bunyoro Guitarra Convention that those people in the video clip we are talking about. So I now want to hand over to, I don't know, to either the vice or the president to explain to us what is the convention all about, and the objectives, why it was started, and we start our conversation. Otiomuno Atenyi.
Batandike nokusiima Omunyoro Akikikasaija. We are joining the Bunyoro North America Association. He came up with this great idea. I'm like, are you serious? Is this possible? This is very good. And so I bought into the idea and loved it. So Hati Akikogo, he's the one chairing this convention. I'm a co-chair, but he's taking head on. Atinwa Jakusobora. I have background of this, why the convention, and what was really the outcome that we want. Hati Akik.
Abarundi mwebale muno. Also ningoza kusima President waitu Baitu Atenyi okumpa guno mukisa to be leading the convention. It's not an easy task. We are leading it together, so we are co-chairing, but I mostly try to coordinate a meeting Kira. And the reason I work towards the name idea of conversion is because Abanyoro it's basically one is to operate Abanyoro itwena abali mahanga twemanye. So that's the priority. The key is to improve our welfare, because of our welfare means in terms of trade and investment. Nicho korora nti emiro ya conversion trade, tourism and investment. When we increase trade and investment omuka, it means we are sending less money home, but we are gaining money from home. So Kingdom ezindi Kabuganda ziriyo, they are using these opportunities of exposing their kingdom to the international world, and they are benefiting. You can see they are doing housing and abiki kandito tuweire tuchali anyuma. So then conversion ejja kuleta Abanyoro bona abali mahanga abomuka tukora hamu tumanye how can we invest omuka apart from investing our culture nayo mubeno manye nti I think 2009 history yaitu ya Bunyoro Guitarra bakaba nibagoza kugia mu curriculum, which was I think a very very sad incident. So titwina kuchulera because obuturachulera abantu bajja kutemba mutwe. Kandi ekindi is also the tourism bit of it. Twina ebyoburambuzi bingi mu Bunyoro bayita abantu tibabimanyire. So ebi nabyo twina kubitumbura okorora nti even if tutungira amagita amagita mu myaka nkana atano gajja kwawo baitu twina kwikara Bunyoro ekyali maso. So trade amagita nago ningira gatuherekitinisa kyamani okorora nti abantu bakozereki bamanyire hati nawe Bunyoro nayo eriyo, because we have we are the oldest kingdom in the East African region. Our history is 900 AD until now. That's 1,000 years of history. So yeah, so Twina kutumbura Bunyoro.
Reason or objective factors, I guess. Yes? I guess these what you've been giving us were your objectives when you came up with the idea of this convention. And unless there's anything Aten you would like to add on to what, of course, at Gambire, the main reason is to know each other, to improve the welfare of the Banyoros, both here and in the UK, in back home, and educate ourselves not to keep quiet, because like we had a scenario where our history was going to be erased. Had we not raised our voice, it had gone. And of course, us being the oldest, one of the oldest kingdoms, 900,000 years we have been living, it is great that we talk about our history. So those are the reasons what, I guess, the objectives, can I call them the objectives of why you started the convention, you wanted the convention to happen?
Networking, to manyagane, so we can grow each other, you know, abagamba getera inigo gate igufa. So tukolagane hamu, if you network, you get to know more people. Then also maybe our children can also be proud of who we are. I think we've been kind of left behind a little bit. Abana baitu, but I may not even want some of them to say anything. This is a good kingdom with a beautiful culture, beautiful people. So we're going to be very proud of who we are and show what we can do. And then they will also want to follow our footsteps. So we are hoping with this convention is one of the steps. I won't say the first step, but one of the steps that we can bring ourselves together to be proud of ourselves and showcase our own culture. And of course, Akika Gambe, the tourism to showcase it, the culture, and of course, trade and investment, education. Those are very critical to our own growth of the kingdom and our people, of course. So
yes.
This is
Oh, amazing. Those are very good ones. And we just want to know who are the people involved into this convention. Of course, I know Bunyoro Kitara US, you're the pioneer of this amazing idea. And it's going to happen. I believe, I'm a believer. And then, of course, we have Bunyoro Kitara Association supporting the idea. We have no clue, but my chair will tell us why she thinks it's a great idea. I'm here to hand over to her. Who else, which other organizations are involved in this convention? If you could let us know so that people know the impact it's going to bring back home and here in the diaspora.
Ate ingaruke mu Barundi
Akiki.
Okay, I can give one Akiki, and you can bring one from the kingdom. I can say we are trying to, of course, to include our embassy here. We are going to be meeting with our embassy in Washington, D.C. We've got a date for that. Nabokubagambira, what we are about, and they are also looking forward on how they can support us also and be part of it. This is our representative here, here in the US, so that is a good thing. And they'll be available to help us in any way they can. So I'll let Kiki add on who else is involved again that are playing a role in making this happen.
Yeah. So the kingdom is also on board. Kingdom omikirwa abagatwa n'abakora sibona ababunyira kutera kingdom bali on board for the convention. We had our first meeting with Omikirwa and his cabinet 2 weeks ago. We also supposed to have a meeting today, but the meeting basically got postponed because Omikirwa and for the busy. But the kingdom is on board, it is supporting us, and because nkwatanya agambira gataraine nigo gataigufa, so itwena obutukora hamu conversion ijja kuba yamani ijja kwimucha abanyoro itwena.
Yeah.
Right.
Mwebale muno okutugambira abona abali involved. Now itwe kangambe omukuru waitu anatugambire mu kake naitwe tuli involved, and in which capacity are we going to be involved? Are we going to be sponsors? Are we going to be followers? What is Bunyoro Kitara Development Association doing in this convention, the very first convention of Bunyoro Kitara?
My colleagues in US, thank you so much for starting this eventful thing. And I know convention has been ongoing, but to have our own is really important. And I think this is going to be very good because it's going to bring unity. Abanyoro, here US, or I would say worldwide really, because it's going to be for everybody. And then also connect to the outside world, connect with our culture, involve like student programs, and take Bunyoro to another level really, which I feel is important. And as a chair of Bunyoro, I know I'll be discussing with my colleagues and my team and all the members. We are thinking that we should support you, especially like thinking of sponsoring you with the t-shirts for the event. And I'm hoping that we'll be talking to the BKDA members who can afford to travel to the US to be part of this convention, participate, support, and also we'll be letting you know, but we discussed briefly, and we thought as BKDA UK we could do something and sponsor with the t-shirts. We have like the ones we've done with the Voice of Bunyoro. So I thought that could be more handy, really.
So you're coming in as sponsors. So that is the part that Bunyoro Kitara. So people may be wondering, why is BKDA involved? So BKDA is coming here, and the reason why we brought our chairperson is for her to say to our people here in the UK that we are actually going to be as part of this convention, because we believe it's a good thing that is going to bring unity across the globe of all Banyoros, and we are going to be acting as sponsors. We are not going to be taking on the whole convention, like be organizers, but we're going to be like sponsors. So thank you so much, Madam Chair of BKDA, for highlighting the what we are going to be doing itwe aba BKDA hano mu UK. So ninyenda kugaruka hali aba US members mutugambire the objectives of the convention, mutugambire abantu abali involved, tukwenda tumanye abantu aroha abantu abandi abakugamba, why are you wasting people's time, money to just do 3-day event? Tukwenda mutugambire which programs and activities that are going to be in those 3 days, so that people come knowing they're not going to be wasting their time just to come and visit US. Some may love that, but there are going to be activities and programs happening within those 3 days. So what are the programs and activities that we'll be doing in the convention? I think we'll start with President, because why I'm starting with President is because we follow hierarchy. So akiki otagamba wakia kutandika nogo hierarchy. So President, then Vice President.
Hata ekintu kyokugamba ekyo abantu bagamba itu bakwenda kusisa sente abaki bakwenda kwegonza bwegonza bakwenda ki no really tukuri kwegonza tukwenda abantu baije babe exposed to different things. You've been different places, you say kangende handi nyegeye kindi, kind of figure out different opportunities that could be out there. Meeting a different people from different parts of the world give you different ideas that you can actually take home. Really, kwenda kuterana abantu hano, because we wanted to spearhead it and we were here. So we were like, hey, why don't we start here? And came up with different activities that Akiki is going to explain very well, that are more productive and beneficial to the population. For Abanyoro na Banywani Vaita Bakwija. Of course, we are Ugandans first, then to Abanyoro. We want everybody to be part of it. So the network is going to be across the board. the activities zinakuba zijja kuba abantu ekiti niba benefiting nga kuli kujja kunaga sente kwijja benefiting to get something out of this. Hopefully that each one ajagaruka omuka aina something they've actually achieved, that they can say, you know what, I got that idea from there, or or this connection which may make me grow to something else, to reach my potential, hopefully. Hata kiki weyongera mu maaso basobole the different activities that we are planning for, for that day that we think will be great for the people.
Habukwa tukwenda turuge hano today to convincing abantu that actually the convention is worthy going for, and people, so that people can apply and come to the US for this very first one. So akiki tugambire programs and activities ezigenda kubayo on those 3 days.
So activities entenkaniza egenda kuba a convention is Friday. It will be the arrival date. Abantu bajja kuba ne baija, and there will be what we call in the US happy hour. So basically Friday is for arriving, registration. Oija, you register, you get your convention kit. Convention kit is in magazine. And the Nanka, we are planning to also add on either a key holder with Empako or a pen with Empako. Empako zaito is Abanyoro, Bakitara Bona. Then the second day is which will be Saturday, from 8:30 to trade and investment, and we are trade and investment we kubaza Nanka. Oil and gas opportunities mumanyire nti Bunyoro hati twina amagita kandi amagita gagenda kwa Bunyoro for 40 years plus. So twina korora nti abantu bamanyire the different investment opportunities ziri. Because of that abantu abakira abali hano tebazimanyire, abantu just nibabazabaza nti bikina bitibamanyire exactly ekiri mu Nanka. Those opportunities. So abantu twina aba experts mu oil and gas abakujja kwija babaze those opportunities. Apart from that, twina also, because it's not because of oil and gas, that means there will be demand for either housing, there will be demand for food, there will be demand for almost entirely everything. So we'll have panels discussing about the different opportunities in real estate. That money in terms of real estate, what is the demand and how can we tap in? How can the Bunyoro get together, tap into those opportunities? That we set up our investment portfolio to do that? All second is USA in abantu baingi bakwenda okutunga opportunities aheru ya US in terms of investment. Abo nabo twina kukoraki kubatunga turole inti baijomuka, especially in the Bunyoro region, to develop, because oil is a big thing. It creates many opportunities. Kandi na embassy ya Washington DC opportunity is zina the kingdoms babe taking advantage. As Abanyoro, we hadn't taken advantage of that, so this is our time to do that. And also on Saturday, twina youth tumanyire nti abana baitu baija kunu aheru ebintu ebikira aba culture yaitu abajewa. So our youth, they will be learning about their cultures. There will be trivia games, there will be poems, they'll be playing some musical instruments, Bimzano Nabiki. And also we shall be having an exhibition for cultural items in the evening on Saturday. And then in the night we shall be able to relax and either go to, we haven't discussed whether we go to a picnic in the evening or we go to somewhere in the night for people to experience the night of DC. And then Sunday, which will be July 4th, Abantu by Jacoba Nebakoraki, we shall take them around to tour the Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia areas that are good for basically tour, because Alisa Maisa Koraki, bagamba atabunga niwagera inti nyina we akera kuchumba. So abantu balina kumanya how is the developed world structured. So we shall take them around. Hopefully they get inspired. When you get inspired, those are the ideas you take back home and you actually develop. And we also plan to organize meetings with the different stakeholders of DC in terms of business. We're inviting the Chamber of Commerce DC. We're identifying different business people who will engage with our kingdom officials. So that's Bamanye, how the different activities, how to develop Bunyoro Kitara. Kandi the night on Sunday after the tours and travels and the meetings, then Kiro will be the dinner. The grand dinner will be where there will be entertainment. We have Sarah Nagira Monti. She'll be performing for us at the night. We hope to have virtual performances from the people from the musicians from Bunyoro Kitara, because finances at Kumare or Kurika Buliomo, but we plan to have a virtual so that they can perform. So New program will be start Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Ababaire ni batukaguza kiki mwokimukumara obwire bw'abantu ne sente nogenda kwegonza. I hope they will be convinced from this program tonight that actually tugenda kwegonza, tugenda kuba mu business. Okwegonza kuija on the last day on Sunday. Baita asigaira okunu na tujja kuba tulo mu business, looking at business opportunities, getting to know networking, getting to know abantu b'amaani abali US. Most of us have always dreamed to be in the US. We are going to find these important men in the US and women who are going to tell us how to invest in Bunyoro, who will even come in Bunyoro to invest in our great land. Na habweki abanyoro na abanyoro kati nywena abaire ni mudishinga nti abo bakumara obwire bareke kutumalira obwire. Why are you talking about the conversion? Muije mube part of this, because it's going to be a developmental thing. We are actually going to do business and okwegonza kuija hanyuma. And who doesn't want to go to watch, to see the lovely Washington DC? Itona tugisomaga niturora White House, manya niturora biki, manya George Bush, manyo hari tugenda kugieroleraho ituwenka tuti na maiso gaitu. Now wake up guys, let's join together, join this great thing, idea of the conversion, and be part of it and participate. Nkweto nyowe mfokere Voice of Bunyoro na haweke muragamba kaza kowe kabaz. But anyway, we are hoping that all of you will be there. We are going to go off for a break. We will return with questions from our viewers and please, our people on the panel, Ateni, President wa US Kitara US, Vice President na Chairperson White wa BKDA, be ready to answer questions in the chat and enjoy the song, and we'll be back after that. Mutio munabanyoro nabanyoro kati, we'll see you after the break.
High level, bigger Western high level, bantu nibo bakinyeta high level, bigger Western high level, Adam Ketale high level, Dan Madi producer, Outer Dream Studio high level, bantu nibo bakinyeta Bohana no wama no guruka no gwakuri Omwigo gwataire tete kutera mwa Akino kendi abantu nibo bakinyeta Atukole muno ebyempala na tubireke Bohana no wama no guruka no gwakuri Omwigo gwataire tete kutera mwa Akino kendi abantu nibo bakinyeta Atukole muno ebyempala na tubireke Ekikuru mati wakinihiraga Ondigeno maiso ninzina Ebigambo bya sente ko bimanyire Bigo hunkabandikuwa Aziduka wazikola Nku twakozere wanyebwa Posta bipande watimba Mabaraga ngeniko nokozesa Akasente okafunire balisomesa abamagezi ne bapikinga balisoma mu byafaayo buharano w'amaano golukano gwakuli omwigo gwateire kyati kuteramwa akino kendi abantu nibo bakinyeta atukole muno ebyempalala tubireke. Yes, figure now I'm better. Hey, I live a tag never go my nigga. The answer pepper now I'm the teacher. Professor, I was born to be a winner. I have hope. Ingira kunihira. Leka baba sena yes. Sija kukwa. Bana bomukati nja kubaleka. Maniga mukama mube no kunihira. Busaho kitawa. Tukole na mana trick no salenda. Cause I don't wanna fight anyone. I don't wanna fight. Between a kuwa. Tina kubabamu. We don't wanna fight anyone. I don't wanna fight. Between a kuwa. Tina kubabamu. Buharano w'amaano golukano gwakuli omwigo gwateire nkyati kuteramwa akino kendi abantu nibo bakinyeta atukole muno ebyempalala tubireke kyawe nyenkya kyange omugisa gwa kato gwaye ebizina ebyale by'amaani ati nibyo biroho abagayiga baali ab'amaani ati nibo bariho emparana za Bobi Wine bebe ku Dokita Kamiliyoni hariho ensonga reason habwakisibaho figure the man of sense. Yes, I'm young in age. Bakuwaira magezi otume kadura omanye mu Uganda bakuwaira magezi otume Kamiliyoni kwate Kampala bwesange seka mukwata bwanyirira foka malaya bwazifuna genda mu nyanja abalya mbere timwendeza akusingira kuteza gwe kwasire ekitini sadade kimuhe ninyowe biga tagenda ninyowe biga tagenda high level figure west time high level abantu nibo bakinyeta high level.
Thank you so much. Mwebale hakumura kwaitu hati tugarukire tugenda straight in our chat kurora abantu bike bakaguza hati arohanu baija kuba nibampaga ebindi ebikuflashing ahandi bindage ebintabo ine nimbisome bindansoboire ntabisomere muranganyira. So Amoni tumuhaise akugamba thanks for opening for the opening with Bunyoro Kitara anthem. God bless you ahangirizo mukama agutamba webale kusima. I'm trying to get, yeah, that is Amoni's one. I'm trying to get all the questions. Kionka Atenyi, thank you so much for tuning in. Atenyi Alice, Emeritus Chair Waitu, Dija Kisembo, Mbabazi, thank you so much for following and watching. We are glad to see you again. Inidi Kiza, Mwebala Barungi. I'm trying to look for the questions that people are asking. Thank you so much for message. You can see the question. Munganyire murani musobora nanye kubaga ni musoma asoma yoko busikaguzo ni mubungambira ni mbusoma habwokuba ebikaguzo bingi. I wish the omukama can come. Someone is asking, I don't know whether he will come. I will leave it to the two co-chair and chair of the BKD of Bunyoro Kitara Convention to answer that, if the Omukama is coming. Diana Kemirembe is saying Bella Smiles Foundation organization is proud to be sponsoring, to be among the sponsors. Diana, thank you so much for putting money in this convention. We are grateful. Alice Atenya Tugonza Gamba, thank you so much our leadership, eagerly waiting for the day. Birungi Barbara is saying, will the convention be there every year? That is a question that you can answer. Then someone is saying, wow, that is Kugonza Bridget is appreciating the work. Sam Karuhanga is saying, thank you for arranging this. Yeah, thank you for appreciating as well. Samuel Kakembo Kitone Arali is saying, steps to register is, I think that will be a question, something that Akiki Kugonza will go through, the steps for the registration of the convention so that people know exactly what they have to do. Ateni Alice is saying, is there any chance getting near the White House? You will let us know if there is a chance to get near the White House. I'm not so sure, but I believe since we are in Washington, D.C., it must be one of the areas where we will go, honestly. I pray. And then, what does the organizer of the convention expect to be the outcome? I think that's going to be another question that you'll be talking about, the expectations of the convention. I think that's all for now. I haven't seen any other questions. I think people are just enjoying to listen in. So if one of either Akiki or Ateny could answer some of the few questions that you've picked up, and then we'll proceed with the expectations of the convention.
I think there were two questions, if I can remember. The outcome, the main outcome is Bunyoro Kitande diaspora coming together. Of course, to abantu bakuru come and join us and kind of talk about different opportunities here. Also, we want to talk about the trade and investment and what is good at home, in Bunyoro, and kind of see how we can help each other to invest there, to be part of the of the kingdom and help our people. And akika okusa kuongera points zendi.
Yeah, so Yanaka outcome of the convention is basically we because Nkabo Manyere into the convention will attract investment omuka. So even if we spend $30,000 on the convention, you expect an outcome of indirect investment of close to maybe $1 million US plus. So I want to buy Jabamanya. These are the different areas of investment. We showcase that. So that is basically, a big outcome if we are able to attract investments or Mocha. So we shall follow up and see, because you measure success after the conversion, but you plan and say these are the expected outcomes. So that's the investments or Mocha. So we expect that. We also expect that the Avant will get exposed, especially our leaders in the Bunyokta region. They will get exposed to this world, and then they will be able to do what to take back what they have experienced on Mocha. So that is equally an investment that you don't see like right now, but it's something you see from what they will do after that. Our culture, people will, when people know their culture, they become strong, and that bond is what leads to different working together and eventually creating development. So kuteraniza kutuamani kukora hamwe, okutumura Bunyoro. So those are basically the outcomes we expect from our convention.
Of going to the White House, because it seems to be something that people are looking for.
Definitely.
We have tours which will be on Saturday, and among the tours there will be the Washington DC tour, so the White House will be toured. We have other monuments: Washington Monument, Martin Luther King Monument. So we have. Yeah, so the DC there will be a tour from 9 a.m. in the morning until 4 p.m. in the evening. We also have the African American Museum, which is a very big
Yes.
museum they asked to see. So we have so we have those tourism sites that we want people to see, that will inspire them, that we are arranging for people to see.
You're going to
Yeah.
take us to the major tourist sites that we expect to see.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I am excited too. So
Yeah.
what about, is Omukama coming? Who is going to be our guest of honor? Because people seem to want to know. They want to really see Kabumba. Is he going to be the one or not? Or it is a secret?
I think
I think, of course, Omukama waitu kumwenda munabe hano, and we are having conversation on Mikirwa to really come up with what is the last word. And if he's not able to make it, then Mikirwa njakwi hopefully nwaja kubaho to kuvenda tulolewo mugo waitu if it is possible, but those things are still in the works. So final word tuligibaha, but we are all looking forward. And I mean, without them, then what? So that should be a representative as our guest of honor if he's not able to make it.
Interesting. We'll keep our fingers crossed or praying that Omukama Rukira Basaija Wabunyoro nuwaije. Waraba tasoboire omugo niwe aije na muhikirwa nawe tukumwenda. So we are praying for the best. So katukibalekere by leadership murabani mutumanyisa who is going to be our guest of honor on those 3 days. Ekindi kaguze kinde kibakagwize hanu kinu kigenda kubaga buli mwaka na ndiki tukozere kimu turakamara ntubiyama.
Yeah, so the idea is enu conversion or rundi orusorokana okubayo every 2 years because obviously numbers and finance dictate. So if our numbers are big and the finances are there, nitusokola buli mwaka baitu depending on how we are standing right now, emyaka ebiri makes more sense. But within every year we can organize something like maybe small cultural tours for either the students, or we can organize a small tour for either the kingdom officials who want to, and the MPs who want to come, and either if there's a trade conference they can benefit from. We can organize those things, those small things as Rika International, and see if there's something in Europe that if you think they can benefit. So those programs will be there. But the main conversion, we think every 2 years is feasible.
Okay, so will it be in one country, US, or will it be going around the globe?
So nitekereza into Europe will host the next one, and because as in Gambia numbers dictate, so Europe in Abanyoro Baingi, so it is feasible to have it in Europe, and we come there either UK or whichever city you choose to host it. Then so kana Abanyoro Bona Twije, then we'll be there. If UAE to Abanyoro Baingi and they are organized and they can pull it off, there's no problem taking it there as long as the objectives are being met. What are they benefiting? Are we going to engage with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to tell us about the oil and gas things that are there? Things like that. So it's a matter of discussing as leaders, and we see what works best.
And so I think maybe to be off air, even if it was home. Some people may have stayed long, but hakugenda omukano gaye katugenda omuko wikire hakioto role kiki kigenda omaiso, and that could also be a good thing in future to think of.
Okay, so have you had different representatives on the management of this convention from different countries, or is the people who are working on this convention are all based in the US?
Actually, we have representatives Munanka, Asia tuinayo, in the Middle East tuinayo, in the UK I think you are one of them, and Arad Kitone. In the US we also have a representative. So us we're just co-chairs, but we have different representatives. And in a flyer or Wogirora, those phone numbers of those representatives, Zona Zerohe, their phone numbers. So yeah, so we are doing it. Abanyoro Chwena, about the Mahanga Twige Chwena. So that's why you see the different phone numbers to contact each person in the region.
So we're about to lose time. So I'm just going, before I ask every leader from the different organizations that are here today being represented by you three very special guests, I would like to ask especially Akiki, to go through the registration for those members who want to register or would want to be part of the convention, what they've got to do and where they've got to go, and if there is any question, which contact person they should contact on the flyer.
Yeah, so the registration, I don't know if it was possible, I would have shared my screen to show you exactly how the registration is. But you simply go to bunyorokitara.org /registration, and then you once reach the page, we have our fees there, which is basically $156. That's the standard rate. And we have abagoza kutunde bintu like vendors. We have vendor rate, which is $150. We also have those who want to sponsor the conversion. You can also sponsor the conversion. Abakuruga Uganda Nense Zindi, you can also request for an invitation letter after paying the registration fee of $156. Our bank information is on the website. Because sometimes I want to buy a credit cards to carry out this information our bank information is right there. So it is good for you to register from the website because we shall be making name tags as Abantu. So we want to capture all that information and basically make this conversion a great success. So go to bunyorokitara.org/registration. Information yona eroho numbers is okutera zeroho nanka our flyers number zeroho. You can also send us an email at contact@bunyorokitara.org tujja garukamu yeah orusookana olulungi
na mkuru Arali Kitone atuyambire the details in the chat. So want to know nkakiki nko atugambire how to register, you can also follow it in our chat and just click to know more information, and of course everything will be straightforward. And if you have any problems, please of the numbers on the flyer and they will be able to take you through the process of registering. Now ninyenda hati kutandika kugamba, we are about to close, to ask for closing remarks from Atenyi, starting with Atenyi, then Akiki, and then of course Chair White wa BKDA, Omkuru Maureen, Alinda Awoli. Now when nituja kumugamba, I hear your closing remarks, and this is the pitching time now. Tukwenda nyenda mu pitching for your organization. Bunyorokitara US, Bunyorokitara International, BKDA. Pitch time. Atenyi otyo muno, closing remarks.
Okay, nkusima muno kuba nakagisa kanu ko on air and share our own excitement of Bunyorokitara North America Association with the upcoming convention. Twebetekanirize mwije tusorakane tube hamu tutesa ebintu by'amaani ebikutukuza omuka bekutuha amagezi tukwegonza kuonka n'okwegonza tikiri kibi by to main purpose kuja kusorokana tukatekaniza tuketeraniza hamu discussing more opportunities of that we can actually take advantage of. Na bwekyo nkubasaba mwije tumanyagane tusemerwe hamu twegonze tusome bintu vyaka tumanye bintu vyaka na bwekyo tubalinzire itwe hano tubalinzire mwije mtembe nyonyezo mwije USA here in DC.
Great. That is the president of Bunyoro. She has done her pitching and she's told you what you've got to do. Now we hand over to Akiki. Please do your closing remarks, and then we'll end with Bunyorokitara Association here in the UK.
n'abanyoro kati abanywani inywena mwije omwaka gunu omukwezi kwa Isenya kuruga ebiro ebyo kubanza kwika ebiro bina tusorokane mu ebyentasya ebyoburambuzi ebyobuhangwa imwije nywena tusemerere mwebale muno.
Thank you so much, Vice US, for that pitching climax work you've done for us. And we can't wait to see you both there in Washington, D.C. Nguba nimbazane kigambo ninyoni nyerolera kimundi hali ha White House. Dero nankata manya bamweto wa president mweberu. So, Biden, mbaningenda gamba Donald Trump. I'm seeing myself standing next to White House near who? Biden. What's his name? Hati, we are going to hand over to our own chairperson, BKDA. Tell us what you want our people to go away from here saying, chair wa BKDA agambirege tukole kino. Anaweke waboli omuzindaro gwawe.
Nywena abagonzebwa nsima muno especially abahereza baitu byona kututeraniza hamu nsima bona BKDA US for coming together kandi nokolagana hamu itwena ninsaba BKDA UK bagenzi bange tukore hamu supporting bagenzi baitu aba America and also to encouraging abantu bona worldwide aba Europe aba Africa wherever people they are tujumbire kintu kyaitu netu tukulakulane Bunyoro tutasigale nyuma. As usual tubaire ntuhura convention ezindi is being organized by other people netu tukola kantu kaitu and we promote it and get it better. Netu tuboleke that we are something tulibana bakabalega. So tujja kuba ntongera kubamanyisa as we go along. We'll keep reminding you because some people might say, when is it? So we'll keep putting it on the chat and advertising it on Facebook and everywhere so that people are aware and keep encouraging them, all of us, to attend. Tugene tube n'abagenzi betu tukulakulane Bunyoro. Mwebale muno.
Kanda ka Bunyoro Kitara Development Association ni membership. Nyonye ndabuno sent.
Okay. Hati. Well, Kanu is part of BKDA UK. Bagenzi bango mwaka gutandikire mutuganyire membership fee ekwetagisa. Please, you know how much it is, or maybe I could say it again. It's £50 per year. We accept people can pay in installments, or they can pay even more, not less but more. Child tusasule so that tukulakulanze kitebe kyaitu because we need that money. Then also I would like to take this opportunity to say that we are planning an upcoming meeting in February to Ntubamanyisa, and then also we might have to plan another get together over Easter time, and also to take this opportunity to thank all those who joined us during Christmas time when we had our dinner. Mwebale mno abanyoro na abanyoro kati. I would say not only here in UK but worldwide, in America, back home, in Europe. Mwebale mno kandi tukwatanize hamu tukolagane tuimukie Bunyoro yaitu egaruke hamtindo. Mwebale mno, thank you so much. Thank you for hosting us.
Interesting.
God bless.
Ogo niwe chairperson waitu wa Bunyoro Kitara Development Association. Kiki atenyika ni nkorano seka. Obainokia ina yakagamu kwa kwenda kutugamba. Kale Hati, thank you so much omkuru president wa Bunyoro Kitara International US Atenyi Florence Baitwa. Webale muno kuikiriza kuija kuba hamnaitwe hano nokutugambira hebi ya convention. Webale muno wekitinisa Kiki Kasaija kuija vice president wa Bunyoro Kitara US kuikiriza kuija kandi founder wa Bunyoro Kitara convention. webale muno kuija coming up with that ekitekereze ekyo kintu kyamaani muno tuikusiima muno kandi ntusaba mukama asobole kutukozesa itwe n'abanyoro tukitekinge on board and we hope it will help us a lot, both us abali hano mu diaspora n'abali omuka. Webale muno akiki ebyo nebyo kutukora kandi mukama yongere kukozesa. Aboli wange webale muno kuija mu studio Kirukinu. Thank you so much, and we hope you're going to take back the good news to the members of Bunyoro Kitara Association. And habweke with those grateful people we have had on air. I want to also thank my team, Omunyoro Aki, Omunyoro Jeje Bamwenda Atenyi, abaire habyoma, webale muno kutukolera byone byotukora tusiima. Obundi gonzere turaba tuisana tutakusiima. Baitu tusiima Atenyi webale muno. Omukuru Kitone arali vice chair wa BKD kandi byone byotukora tukusiima webale na habwekyo. I'm going to close the show now. I'm going to say thank you so much for tuning in. Abanyoro na Abanyoro Katian friends of Bunyoro, please stay COVID free, follow your COVID regulations wherever you're coming from, whether you're in the US or wherever you are. Please know COVID-19 is still real. Keep safe. And we'll be back next week with same time with yet another amazing guest. Mwebale muno kutufollowinga, mwebale muno kutu-encouraginga buli Sunday, and please continue subscribing to our YouTube channel, Facebook page. Kandi no mwikale ni mwijaga ni muturora buli kya sabiti. Gonze turatubaza muno. Thank you so much. Tugenda kubalekera kazina akarungi muno ni Katerwa, one of our male beautiful singers in Bunyoro. Nitujja ku bantu balora again. Mukama alinde, and bye.
High level, Vigo Western high level, Bantu nibo bakinyeta high level, Vigo Western high level, Adam Ketale high level, Dan Madi producer. Outer Dream Studio, high level, Bantu nibo bakinyeta, Bohana no wama no guruka no gwakuri, Omwigo gwataire tete gutera mwa, Akino kendi, Abantu nibo bakinyeta, Atukole muno, ebyempara na tubiyeke, Bohana no wama no guruka no gwakuri, wakinihiraga ondigendo maiso ninzina ebigambo bya sente ko bimanyire bigohunka bandikuwa aziduka wazikola nko twakozere wanyebwa posta bipande watimba mabaraga ngenigo nokozesa akasento kafunire oizonsime batitonsima mukikaro kya thank you ebigambe bikoto nibyokozesa amukamaruhanga kuganyire apiga westin someseize twahukana kala kugambire akusinyira teza gopasire enkora tibi basemeza baitumani somesa abamagezi niba pikinga bali soma mu byabayo bohana no wamano korukano kwakuri omwigo gwataire tete kutera mwa kendi abantu nibo bakinyeta atukole muno ebyempara na tubiyeke yes figure now I'm better eyali bataga nibagamba niga the unstoppable now I'm the teacher professor I was born to be a winner I have hope ingiro kunihira leka babasena yes tijja kugwa bana bomukati nja kubaleka maniga mukama mube no kunihira busaho busaye kitahwa tukole na manner trick no surrender cause I don't wanna fight anyone I don't wanna fight between akuwa tina kubabamu we don't wanna fight anyone I don't wanna fight between akuwa tina kubabamu kyawe nyenkya kyange omugisa gwa kato gwaye ebizina ebyale by'amaani ati nibyo biroho abagayiga baali ab'amaani ati nibo baroho emparana za Bobi Wine bebe ku Dokita Chameleone aro ensonga reason habwakisibaho Figo the man of sense. Yes, I'm young in age. Bakuwaira magezi otumeka dura omanye mu Uganda. Bakuwaira magezi otumeka miliyono kwate Kampala.